Okay, but let's go across to my colleague Dharamjot at the moment, who's joining us from the newsroom. Dharamjot, so obviously the BJP is in pole position with the NDA as of now. They have 296, so they are certainly forming the government unless there's some big surprises. Rahul Gandhi was asked that question in the press conference where they said whether we sit in the opposition or not is a decision we will take tomorrow. At that meeting that we have of the India bloc, some significant comments also from other Congress leaders as well about how this was morally a big hit for Prime Minister Modi, that this was an election that they fought on on issues of the constitution, reservation, unemployment, and therefore they've certainly made a mark.
Well, absolutely, Bhairavi. As you pointed out, an unprecedented election mandate, even though voting is still underway, that has led to the Congress party issuing a presser, as we just heard. Very dramatic visuals where we saw, the leader Congress Constitution and talking about how the voters' mandate was essentially to save the Indian Constitution, how some of the poorest of India's vote bank have made this possible for the Congress party to be in the position that they're in right now. But as you rightly pointed out, the next 24 hours are going to be very interesting and very crucial in terms of, how this entire thing pans out, not just for the Congress party, but for the entire India bloc in terms of what decision they take, where is the future of the alliance headed over the next 5 years. The Congress party, of course, being very tight-lipped on, what kind of crucial decisions will be taken on that front. As we know, we have a multitude of parties, over 25, 26 parties who are a part of the alliance. So a crucial meeting on the bloc for tomorrow. All eyes are going to be keenly watching how that unfolds, what crucial decisions emerge from the opposition camp in terms of what their decisions are with respect to, the mandate of the Lok Sabha elections. So very interesting, a very interesting mandate leading to a very interesting turn of events, not just today, but over the next day or two. The idea and the outcome will be more clear in terms of who is forming the government, even though the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party is in a comfortable position as of now, Bhairavi.
Well, absolutely. They are in pole position as of now. With the NDA, they have crossed the 272 mark. So certainly at the moment, it looks like they're in a safe spot. But West Bengal, of course, a big story emerging from there. This is a state where the BJP had said that it would be a fight for survival for the Trinamool Congress. But certainly Trinamool Congress has bucked that trend and has done very well in West Bengal. And in fact, Mamata Banerjee is speaking. Let's listen in.
दीदी अभी बहुत बाकी है काउंटिंग ये झूठा बोलता है আমি উদ্ধব ঠাকরেকেও কনগ্রাচুলেট করেছি শারদ যাদবকেও করেছি অরবিন্দের স্ত্রীকেও করেছি আমি কল্পনাকেও করেছি হেমন্ত সোরেনের স্ত্রীকে আমি এরকম যতটা পেরেছি শারদ পাওয়ারকেও করেছি যতটা পেরেছি যাদের ফোনে পেয়েছি ধরতে এমনকি রাহুলকেও আমি কংগ্রেস মেসেজ পাঠিয়েছি যদিও মেবি দে ওয়ার বিজি ফর ইলেকশন কিন্তু এখনো পর্যন্ত ওরা কারোর সাথে আমাদের কন্ট্যাক্ট করেনি না করলেও আমাদের কোনো যায় আসে না আপনাদের নিশ্চয়ই মনে আছে আপনারা অনেক সময় আমাকে আন্ডার এস্টিমেট করেন আমি কি বলেছিলাম তোমাদের দুটো সিট দিচ্ছি তোমাদের একটাও এমএলএ নেই দুটো সিটেই জিতে যাবে আর আমি বলেছিলাম তোমরা ইন্ডিয়ার সাথে অ্যাডজাস্টটা করো সবার সাথে তাহলে তুমি 100 সিট পাবে আমার
All right, Mamata Banerjee, they're speaking in West Bengal. I don't understand Bengali, but certainly she's saying that the election is not over yet. There's much more left in this election. Shatrupa is now joining us, the national spokesperson for the BJP. Thank you very much for talking to us. Your assessment of how this election has gone for the BJP. Certainly, what the exit polls had predicted and your own party had predicted is not what has happened, but you certainly still with the NDA are in pole position.
Well, firstly, we had nothing to say about the exit poll. I don't think any of us reacted to the exit poll. And I think what we had said about, Abki Bar 400 Par was something that was not a prediction. It was a hope. It was an anticipation, considering the amount of work which was done for the last 10 years. And Modi ji kept on saying, the Honorable Prime Minister kept on saying, it was a trailer tha, aage aage dekho kya hota hai. But having said that, whatever results we have right now, you have to agree that we are in government. We will be forming the government on our own terms. We've crossed the magic figure on just BJP alone. And of course, NDA is with us, so we have higher numbers. We are going to form a government for the third time, and this itself is incredible because, obviously there was an anti-incumbency factor. Despite being in power for 10 years, people have chosen us again for the third time. So we are grateful to the people's mandate. We are also grateful for the fact that people of Orissa, Andhra, and Kerala have chosen us. Coming to Bengal, Bengal has always been a very challenging situation for us, not only because this is, Trinamool itself is a very powerful contender, and Trinamool has been, I know maybe all this sounds excuses, but we had to call in central forces, and Election Commission also took cognizance of the fact there is an incredible fear psychosis. So maximum amount of central forces was deployed here. But despite that, you would understand that central forces need to be directed by the state police, which was not done. And most often you have heard during the 7 phases of polls, from the 5th, 6th, and 7th phase, we've been facing increasing number of violence. Okay. And our candidates have complained that the central forces just turned the other way, and they had absolutely no idea of what was going on because the state police kind of took over.
Right.
The other factor that happened is now what we are going to face is not only that the fear psychosis which was building up to the polls. Post-poll violence had already begun from the time the exit polls were made public due to no fault of ours.
Okay,
we never went. So, although that, yes, tell me.
Yeah, I get your point, Shatruppa, but what I want to say here is that this is a state where the Prime Minister said it would be a fight for survival for the TMC. So, did your party workers not have an ear to the ground? The fact that the Sandesh Khali issue has not turned against Mamata Banerjee, what sort of assessment are you making in West Bengal?
No, it did. Sandesh Khali did turn around. That is why they have resorted to incredible amount of violence. 45 women we have this report from the ground that their skulls have been broken. They've been beaten up. They've been thrashed so badly, and it's been happening for the last 3 days. Because Mamata Banerjee realized that Sandesh Khali might backfire. Boshirat, part of Nepal. Boshirat is the Lok Sabha constituency of which Sandesh Khali is a part. And if you, I'm sure you must have got the news. Firstly, there was a report that Haji Nurul, the Trinamool candidate, was leading by some 4 lakhs. Then it was discovered that some EVMs were missing, and then suddenly the gap between the Trinamool candidate and the BJP candidate came crashing down between, from 4 lakhs, it came down to 1 lakh. So obviously there is some other factor playing here. Similarly, in Diamond Harbour, which is Abhishek Banerjee's so-called pet Diamond Harbour model, he calls it, in the morning, before even the counting started, by the time the first count had not even been completed, they threw out, Trinamool counting agents threw out not only our candidate and our counting agents, even CPM candidates and their counting agents were thrown out.
Okay.
So this is the kind of counting that has happened, where you see some 7 lakh rise and some 3 lakh rise, which is absurd.
Okay.
We, of course, not only had our ear to the ground, we knew the pulse of the people. That is why we had to call in the central forces.
Okay,
which apparently
fair enough. I get your point,
Shatruppa.
I get your point, Shatruppa. But 2 other states that I do want to talk about, because we're going to be slipping into break shortly, is Uttar Pradesh, the largest in terms of seats, and also Maharashtra. Both of these places, the BJP's had major setbacks. What went wrong in Uttar Pradesh? Was it the reservation issue, the caste dynamic, or just simply, Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi running a more successful campaign?
Well, as far as I can see it, people were not happy. The fact that the incredible amount of infrastructural growth and the fact that Yogi ji had got the mafias under control and Yogi ji was running a pretty authoritarian government there, people obviously thought that was not enough. So therefore, they have chosen the other parties. Well, in a democracy, one can hardly say anything about the people's mandate except accept it. So all I can say is, in a democracy, it is the people who have the last say. And what went wrong, I'm sure not only the Uttar Pradesh BJP organization, the central organization will also look into it, and then we can get back to you with a better picture.
Right.
As far as Maharashtra is concerned, I have a feeling, this is my gut feeling, possibly the people were getting confused, because Maharashtra state government there has been a lot of coming in and coming out and joining and rejoining and changing, and probably that sent a wrong message to the people of Maharashtra. Once again, it is the people's mandate, and one has to just go by it, and one can only look inside one's organization and one's thought process, where we are going wrong, or if at all we are going wrong. Have we done maximum? Have we as a party, you will have to agree that we do not resort to violence to get votes. We go to the people and tell them that this is what we've done.
Right.
People realize that this is what we've done, and we ask for another chance to serve them.
Right.
Now, if people do not want our service for another term, then we respectfully back out and we let somebody else run the government, like it has happened in Karnataka, like it has happened in several other states, and then people eventually come back to us.
Right.
So I
certainly take your point that there was a lot going on with the NCP split and the Shiv Sena split, and that's probably played up as well in Maharashtra. We're completely out of time at this point. We're slipping into a short break. A lot more on the other side. Thanks for joining us.